Why hello and thanks for watching. Just like it said, Flaristic, here we are. Welcome to my studio, guys. Today we're going to draw a little something. I know, it's a weird, me and drawing, but oh well, it is what it is. I've been practicing all my circles, like a lot today, and well, that's the first attempt. So it's a pear, in case you don't know. Okay, it's a free-handed pear that just popped up just like that. So why not create a still life out of it? Let's see. I'm gonna need instead of some midnight black, I'm gonna take some sap green and give some light to our pear here. Oh, I say let's draw a still life. I'm very much freehanding this and drawing this out of memory. I was going to go with a landscape, but here we are, starting off with pears. Is it pears or pears? I don't know. It's in my dialect. We say pern, so I guess that's a bit distracted out of pears, but then I know that a pear comes in two, and you see how stupid it gets when I freehand my stuff. But you know what? In the spirit of Bob Ross, it's not a mistake, it's a happy accident. Oh, let's give it a there you go. We go from a mist circle to a bear to the Grinch. Merry Christmas all. Enough of a joke. No, I'm actually trying to do some stuff and it all became a mess. So let's erase it just like that. Control Z. There we go. Fresh blanket. There we go. I do wanna start doing a bit with the backgrounds here. Now let's see. I have a bunch of brushes here, and we're not gonna use them. We're gonna use the sponge basically, and just start meshing in a sky, just like that. The sky unfolds beyond the clouds. There we go. Like we don't need too much here. I do wanna add some darker blues and lighter blues. In case you're wondering what this color is, it's phthalo blue, believe it or not. if you wonder where I get those colors from, there's a whole Krita tutorial out there, which does Bob Ross paintings on Krita. But I don't know how much. Like, I can only find one. But I imagine there's more on the channel. So they use am I going too far here? Yeah, I'm going too far, ain't I? I should have kept it like horizon level here. You know what? It's a happy accident, but it is what it is. I'll just start mashing in the sea, I guess, directly, and doing that with the Prussian blue. It's a wild sea that's unfolding. You know what, I do wanna kinda leave it like so. I have a little that's a big wave that's coming. That's a tsunami that's coming there. It's coming to get the island. There we go. We'll make that a rolling wave somehow. I don't want to lose too much of these strokes that I have in here because I kind of like them. There we go. And well, I was gonna blend a bit and make some white clouds, but you know what? It's gonna be a stormy day. So let's fill in the whites, and I'm putting quite a bit of pressure down here. So it darkens up where the sky already was. Well. Oh no, that's it's such a little button to push on the touch and turn it off, and I happen to hit it. Go figure. It had to be me. Now I'm still doing this on the Intuos Pro on the Wacom. It's basically just a drawing tablet. It's nothing fancy. I'm currently waiting on some fancier equipment, guys. Believe it or not. I'm waiting on the Huion Canvas 24 Pro. Yep, your boy ordered something. Now I could have went with the 4K edition, and I know it's not the latest one, but really, like, the 27 model, I'm never getting that in inside of my room here. And yeah, it's just bigger screen. So it's all fine, I guess. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have separated these layers. But you know what? Let's try this on one layer. Let's see how well we will fare here. This needs to be a bit darker though, because I wanna kind of have a wash sand feeling. So the sand here is like a bit darker than it would be here. How am I going to achieve that? I have no idea. Literally. Let's see. Let's try the block texture. No, that's gonna be the dry bristles. Maybe gonna help a bit with that. Oh yeah, there we go. That's fine. Oh no, it's leaving an outline. Yeah, I don't like the effect of the outline. So let me Control Z back to here, and then let's see what we can do here. It's looking a bit like and I should really be going in that direction. Now waves hit land inward, so I'm going to try and mimic some of them, just like so, and I'll try to keep my stroke slide while I still create the illusion of it being a sandy beach there. So this would go in too. Probably it would leave marks all over the place. You know what? Actually, let's Control Z out of this, because now that I'm seeing this, it's looking more like a rock that goes out in the water. You know, those wave breakers, those natural wave breakers. It's looking more like that, to be honest. So maybe it's an outcrop of an island that we're having. I could make it a whole bay if I want to, but I think some little stones will do here. Let's see. Can we give the boy a knife and he will create mountains? Yes. Let's see. How do I want to shape this in? Because we kind of have a good shape going here. I just need to see it, and I need to bring it forward here. So let's see. Let's maybe go a bit over here, and then like so. Okay, now this can come out like so. Okay. Like, I know it's hard for you guys to see this. Let me tell you, it's hard for me too. Let's zoom in. Let's take the puppy snout out. Those lines, there we go. Now I can create a, let's see, mountain, rock. There we go. I'm gonna let this play a little. actually, you know what? I don't think that rock is alone there. I think it has a big friend right there. And then, what blue was it? It was this blue. That blue can come all the way up. All the way up here. There we go. What rock sits in the water like this? Like, what is our viewpoint here? I think I went good at some point, and at another point I'm totally failure. Let's see. Let's well, let's keep the idea alive that it's gonna be a mountain. But yeah, you saw me going up, so this mountain needs to go. I think it needs to go up a fair, a good fair amount. There we go. Have a bit of the rolling sea there in the back. That's good. It's looking more like it. And now gently get in our rock shapes here. There we go. Maybe that's our little friend coming to look over in here. Yeah, just like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it's there. So I think I just will fold this in. Let's see. Let's start filling in our mountains. And oops. As soon as I said let's start filling in our mountains, I know that I was forgetting something. I forgot that I need my Van Dyke brown to actually start building up our mountain here. There we go. We can touch over. That's fine. No one is judging us, except the whole internet. But hey, if I wouldn't like to be just, I wouldn't be doing this at all. So there we go. Okay. Now I don't really want to leave any open spaces in there, so I'm carefully trying to fill this all up. There we go. Maybe we can create another shape at some point. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. I'm gonna leave as much of the outline of the mountain as I can, because I think I did a fairly good job there. really struggling to try and see what I'm doing here, when instead I can come in like this and you know what, let's be careful here. Okay, go up. There we go. Run that out. And just like so. Okay. I mean, we get the idea, right? That this is a mountain that is coming over. I'm pretty excited to start drawing on a bigger. Let's get some texture in here, shall we? There we go. That's more like it, and then it doesn't really matter if we touch up our lines or not. I should have went with this from the start. It's making it look so much better. And the little textures that we're getting in there. Because we're going over the same color, doesn't really mind. Like, it's only if I tap that I'm getting like another layer over on top of what I'm doing. And I guess that's why you wait with your outlining until the very end, because you can see our sponge isn't working with us, which is no problem at all, guys. I can go back 200 times, so let's hope that it's enough. There we go, the mountain disappeared. Bye bye mountain. Bye bye sea, bye bye island. There we go. Let's do this in reverse, shall we? Why? Because I think it's easier to do this in reverse than whatnot. Oh, you know what? Now it's starting to look like a flat piece of rock. Yeah, there we go. Got a little bit of shadow in there. Yeah, now I get it. I'm starting to see where we are going with this. There we go. Now, just keep this very light. Don't put too much pressure. It doesn't need that much pressure. Makes things look way better than initially thought. So there we go. There we go, create some dark and some lighter where we think it will look good. There we go. That's some of the landscape that we want to see. Can go a bit darker here. Doesn't really matter that much. There we go, and I'll go over once more on the side. Like so. Let's get in the rock texture right here. There we go. And I know that rocks ain't round, but we're going to try and come over and see if we can make it. So we can get a bit smoother looking. I know, right? I'm such a smody. There we go. There we go. And that's immediately our shadow that we're adding. Yeah. There we go. Now I feel like this needs to be a little bit brighter. Can I brighten that up somehow? I don't think I can I? Unless I redo it again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, nice. So, you know what? Oh. If we're going to do this, we're going to try and do this perfectly. Because why not? We're on a digital drawing. We're doing this as practice, so we should get good practice, right? Am I right, guys? I think I'm right. I think everyone will say that I'm very right on that. I know it's still not perfect, guys. Come on, be honest. What do we expect here? Me and perfection? It's not gonna work. You all know that. But hey, at least I can try for once, right? There we go. And I don't really... I'm starting to like the vibe with the little white dots in there. And the piece of rock, so I'm really thinking of keeping those in. And there we go. Okay. Well, I thought I was going to keep them in. Apparently I'm smoothing it out like it's no one's business. There we go. I have to be careful at the edge because I don't want to extend this rock all the way to the horizon. I just want to smoothen it up just a touch so that we get that equal color going everywhere. That's what or almost as equal. There we go. Get that Van Dyke brown spread smoothly. And I'm actually on dark cyan. I'm not on the Van Dyke brown anymore. Which I will need to change to now. In order to lay out this rock. So starting at the very tip here is gonna be the best idea, I think. There we go. Smooth it out at the top here, like there. So keep this line fairly light because it will be our back, and in the back there, like so. Okay, now coming in here, let's shape this out so that we can get bigger here on this side, right? and spread it out like so. Just like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be there. That's what God said when He made us. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to exist. And in our world there exists a little lump of land that is sticking out of the ocean that we are capturing in this very moment, you and I. I have no idea, guys, what I'm saying. I know it's tedious, it's basically boring for you guys probably. But like whenever I try to time-lapse things go wrong, so I rather don't. And if I can be a little bit entertained, you know, then I'll try to do. If not, then it's just gonna be silent, and it's gonna be you who can relax after a long day of work, watching some Bob Ross getting unfold right before your eyes. Even though I'm not Bob Ross, wish I was. Man had a great fortune, I think, and a lot more hair than me as well. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Which, by the way, guys, it brings me to the point that I have to say just once. I have no Patreon set up. I do have merch. I do have a bit of a donation page. I do have a Discord account, which many of you are not in, I noticed. Like, get into Discord, it's free. And for all my server buddies out there that I know that are streamers as well and so on, I know a ton of people. So yeah, if you ever feel like, well, why should I be on Floristics? It's just to spread the love, my guys. Just to spread the love. Like I'm spreading the paint all over this canvas. There we go. Oh, I'm tilting my head, and instead I should actually I should instead try to rotate this that way. There we go. Why? Because it's better for my head, it's better for you guys to see. It's all kinds of stuff, but it's better, I think. Let's see. The light is going to strike from behind us, and this is going to create a bit of a darker shadow here. Just a bit, nothing much, just like so. Then maybe a bit more here. Somewhat more here. if you imagine 2 feet in the water here, you get something else, but that's not what we want. So let's antophize. I don't know how to say it. Let's not make it that. So in order to break the illusion, let's flip over a page again, like so. There we go. And then where else? How is rock form? I'm still pretty much learning, guys, so like bear with me on this stuff. And I know this is looking a bit silly, what I'm doing now. But basically I'm trying to get some crashing waves going on here. You know what? Maybe I'll highlight some of this rock as well. There we go. Maybe we'll. Oh no, that's a bit too shiny. Let's fade on the highlights just a bit. I have my sky blender here, which I'm gonna use in a circular motion, just like so. Just mix the land and the water and the sea in here. There we go. That's nicely fainting it out. Maybe let's go over here just to hide a bit of the brush strokes. I don't want to go too much going on there. In here we can keep it. I do want to go a bit lighter if I can. Just like so. Just trying to round it a bit off. There you go, and then we can add some mountain mist going on here, maybe from all of the upsplashing water. You know, it doesn't shine too much, so maybe let's add in some more here. There we go. And then I do want my sky blender again and blend a bit of the sea now, just because we can get so many things going on here. Literally, let's see, go with a bigger size brush. I know all of those pixels that we had from before, just going to be nicely put into the background. Let's get even bigger. You know what? It's much of a case of risk it or leave it. You know what I mean? There we go. Leaving some of the fluffiness in the center here. Get this mushed right at the horizon level. There we go. Oh, either it's broken or it doesn't want to put it down there. Yeah, that's pretty much broken, I think. Oops. I thought it was going to, but no, well. Actually, let's go in and get out of the pixels here. We don't want to see those pixels then anymore, if that's the case. Thought it was going to look nice, but yeah. How is this looking, guys? Like, let me know what I should draw next. Like, also references are welcome in the Discord. I can just post them in general for now. Let's see, let's you know what? This brush might actually be good for this. There we go. And just to get some highlights next to our darker shadows there. Get in some texture as well, cause why not, right? Let this shine. Just like so. So we get a bit of reflectiveness in the water. Let's see, let's get the Van Dyke brown. And you know what, maybe this wasn't so shining at all. Maybe it's a little dent inside of the rock from all the water hitting it constantly. Maybe something like so. Yeah, that's good. I'll leave it at that before it gets messier. Let's see, let's add a bit more texture in here. Like so, maybe we have another rock just sitting on top here. Just like so. Okay, good. And then can come in with a knife, but I don't wanna get too much distracted here, so let's cut that rock piece in just like so. You know, just like there, just because we can. There we go. maybe it's a peak. Maybe it's maybe it's an overlook. Like down here you got the sea going on, hitting the beach underneath there. If that's a beach, then it should be a brighter color then, wouldn't it? Nah. Let's leave that bit alone there. I don't know what it is. It's there, but like clearly this is more frontlined. And you know what? Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. They just come in and separate this out. Just like so. Just like so. Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's good. There we go. I can go a bit darker there. Go a bit brighter as well. Bit brighter, bit wider. There we go. Just as long as we get the general shapes in, that'll all be fine. There we go. Just smoothly shaping the rock. There we go. And then here with this line, I'm gonna keep it like that, but I will highlight it a bit more, just around. Yeah, just like so. There we go. And then can come here, create a little shadow back there. Just like so. Just some little subtle hints that there's more to this rock and first meets the eye. There we go. And go darker here as well. Maybe this platform even extends out to us. Who knows? I'm creating the overhang here. Like so. See? Oh. That's a whole other view than what we first imagined. Let's see, maybe boss prop is a bride and you need a tree once in a while. Was he right? I don't know. I'm trying to get this to 0.0. It's not working. Yeah, it's good as it's gonna be. Let's go in here. Yeah. let's zoom out a bit and Bob Ross would go in and say maybe there lives a tree right here. I'm gonna say maybe there is Can I get my color mixing going? Let's see how much I learned about Krita. No, it's a digital color mixer. We have, if we select this color right here, we'll make it a bit more, let's see, let's add a bit more midnight black in there. Let's add in a smudge of phthalo blue. Maybe the blues got mixed and it got a bit violetly. Let's add in. Oh, is this not mixing together? No, that's setting that color. Let's see. So we have this. Then if I add in a bit more of this, we get that color. Then a bit more phthalo blue, like that. There we go. Now let's see. Let's be brave here, and there we go. Think I went a little bit too brave. I'm not the best at drawing straight lines. Let's see if we can touch up on this again. Where are we with my... Where's my pencil gone to? God, I'm up there, so that's good. Where is my pen going to? I don't know. Oh, there, I saw the stroke now. So that's good. There I am. Okay, let's keep it there, and then we'll Control Z till this point. There we go. There I am, up in the sky. So let's be brave and bold, and let's do show. And once more, show. There we go. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm just gonna let's put our... I said I was going to do it in one go, wasn't I? How stupid was I? Let's go in with a green, but not with the sponge or anything. Let's go in with some leaves here. Let's see. Maybe we can get some... get some moss going with our sap green right there. take away of all this structure, but I just want that green to pop a bit out in there. There we go. There we go. Just like that. There we are. And then maybe over here. It had the same thing going. There we go. Get a bit brighter or darker here. It's too close to the edge right there. For some reason it's starting to look like a whale or a toad for some reason. I think it's because of the greens. So let's get that out there, but I do want to fill up the little piece of land that I have going on there. And I do want to change it up with something. I just have no idea what I should do. That okay, good. You know, like this piece over here. What can we add more to this that will make this look better? Because currently we're working with this. I know I have to touch up the sea, but I do want to add something here. Maybe let's be braver. When I say braver, I mean let's F it. Let's add in, go with the defaults. Get in some of that, and then maybe we can. How do we? Is this starting to look like a boat, guys? Now? Maybe someone's standing here on the cliff, you know. So let's add in some rare. There we go. Why grey? Because I'm sure that after a climb like that, your boots ain't gonna be all white anymore. Let's see, let's add in a bit of grey here as well. You know. No. It's too bright still. Just a little smudge. Just for some shadow effect. There we go. That's good. You know what? It's looking good, but actually I should turn the opacity down. I made it darker. So let's go full black. Let's go big and let's do it like that. There we go. Just like so, you know. Just like that, and I know this was not the texture I wanted. I got the sample for the leaves. I should have done something else in here, I feel like. And just like so. Okay. There we go. Now let's go a bit darker here. Let's go a bit way darker here. Oh, it's not working. Why you not work? There we are. Let's add in add in some of the shadow here. You know what? Go a bit darker. I think that's too dark. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Let's do this dark. Yeah, there we go. Dark. Dark is good, right? Dark is good indeed. There we go, and then let's fade out. So go to here. There we go. That's more how I imagine it. That's more like it. There we go. And then here on the ridge, I kind of jinxed myself over, didn't I? Let's go with Bob Ross. Let's go with our Bob Ross palette. See here, Flavy Ross, Bob Ross. It's all the same. All the same if you ask me. Let's get in a bit of highlights right here. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's looking like it's coming to life, isn't it? Let's add in a bit more. A bit more darker there, and then hit it with a bit more of that, and then maybe I went too crazy. I don't know. I think I went a bit too crazy here, so let's add in some more of that rich there we go. There we are. That's looking a bit better, and then can I smooch it out just a bit more here? No, it's looking like Minecraft. Why does Minecraft F me over like this? How do I turn this into a boat? I'm thinking more like a sunning boot now, to be fair. Maybe it is sun extending there. You know what? I'm a gamer. Let's make a reference to Sonic in here. Let's let me take you to the wonderful world of the internet. Sonic. There we go. What do Sonic shoes look like? So you basically get the white and the yellow. Okay, that's good. We can do that. Let's go back to Krita here. Let's get that white right here. Just like so. The white line goes here, like that, just as we saw on the picture. There we go. And Let's put in this yellow square here. There we go. I think that should do for now. Maybe he's ready to jump into a ring, you know, one of those little life rings. I will add one in just a second. I am just going to touch up the ocean here first. Was with our sky brush. We're good. That no. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It wasn't the sky brush at all. I could use the air blender. There we go. It's more like it. Let's we don't care where these crash into the land. We just know they do at some point. There we go. That's all nice. All nice and blended. Now I wish that I had my other set of brushes. But I think this will do. This will blend it perfectly into the background as well. There we go. Just keep that short edge right where we want. It's looking more like a filtered shoe of Sonic. You know what? We have Yoshi's Woolly World. Let's make Sonic's filtered world, shall we? There we go. Let's just touch up just around here. There we go, just like that. See, this looks good. What do you guys think? Let's end a bit at the end right here at our little blue bright friend. If we can, that is. If I pick a brush, that is. I should How do I just draw with this? Yeah, it can be blocky. There we go. Just, you know, this match of hand over our little friend standing right there, and just let that faint out of the canvas. Right there. And then coming in with this. And this still has a weird blend to it, but oh well, you know, it is what it is. You know what? No, I'm not going to. Let's try and make that way better. There we go. Let's oh boy, straight lines, like I told you guys, it's not my greatest point. Let's take that, rotate it like this, zoom out, zoom in on the cursor, there we go. Okay, just like so. Now we can you know what? Let's cover some of this back in here. And there we go. Okay. Yep. Yep. There we go. And then keep this. Just like so. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and then get this up and over his little feetsy here. There we go. There you go, Sonic. There you go, buddy. There we go. I'm gonna leave this as a shadow. I'm gonna come up here now and touch up on our little friend himself, shall we? I think he deserves to be in this, like a bit more. And it all came from me going from a circle, going to a pier, making the greens out of the pier, and look where we are now, drawing Sonic. Who would have thought that I was going to make a reference about Sonic? And I know I'm on the quiet side. God damn it, I'm trying to relax people. Myself especially. I mean, I die so many times. Like, if I game, so sometimes I'm like, guys, give me a break. Just like now, I wanna draw Sonic, so let me. Yeah, am I allowed to just draw a Sonic in peace. A cynic. Oh my god, what am I talking about? I'm a cynic of anything. Let's see. Because I know our friend doesn't have that much. Of long legs, but I also don't want to, you know, cut it too short here. There we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. And you know what? To make it all clear, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna be a brave boy today. I know, right? How dare I be brave? Yeah, I was talking about. That's pretty much what I wanted. Consistent, going right up where I wanted. Yeah. That's it. That's good. If we really want to mess with people's hats, let's see, let's add in that. Maybe, you know, his little friend is flying alongside today with him. Maybe he's just sitting at his arm, you know? Who knows? At this point, I don't know where Tails is at. I just know I want to try to get him in there. That's all I'm trying to do, is getting Tails in here. No. Let's keep Tails out of this. He's messing up the picture. As much as I love my little boy, he's not going to be in here. He's not going to be part of this. Let's see. Let's oh, well, you know what we can do? We can make this perspective wise. Let's add in a big circle about yay here. There we go. It's not big enough, I know, but let's go like so. Like him in perspective, he's looking at it. Then we can hide this mistake right here. And remember, guys, this is all one layer. So if anything goes wrong with blending or mixing or something, this entire piece is ruined. It's a ruined, but I like living on the edge, you know. You know I love the edges. That's why we're all hard here for, to see me mess up something else rather than a game. Guaranteed that I will rage more at this than if it would actually be a game that we're playing. Yes, you heard it right, guys. You heard it right, and here first. I would rage drawing Sonic if this were to fail. Boop. Oh, and I'm getting all trying to tap away as much blue as possible before going in myself. And I like the shiny idea of this ring. It's just lightly translucid, you know? Like if I zoom out a bit, yeah, see what I mean? With it being translucid. Ah, that's so cute. And you know what's coming, right? You know what I'm going to do right here, right there. Yes. Let's go in here, and then with yellow. I'm going to mess things up so bad. You know what, guys? I'm so horribly sorry for doing this on the last bit, but you guys have been screaming, and I heard your screams. I feel you screaming. Don't do it, Flurry. Don't. Make sure you're on a pencil. Make sure you're on the good thing. Yes, my friend, I am. Don't worry. Shh. I got this. I got this especially for you. Let's go and zoom in the most that I can. There we go. No, make this a bit smaller, and then maybe there's another circle here. Maybe these are all rings, you know. Waiting for our friend Sonic. Just waiting there to be picked up by Sonic himself. Oh god, that's not... Oof. It's not showing up at all. Like, how big is this world? Jeez, Sonic. Sonic, you'll be out here alone, boy. I tell you. Let's maybe add in some more. I don't know where these come from. Like I said, I only know that in our world there's a little hedgehog, and he's in need of all these shinies. Oh god, is this really what we're doing? Drawing Sonic? Apparently, yes, I am. Apparently, yes, I am. And it's so subtle you can even see it zoomed out. How cool is that? Like, no, really, though. How cool is that ring looking? Thank you. Thank you so much. So much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you stayed till the end to see that this became our little Sonic. Now, am I going to mess things up? Yes, once more I'm going to mess things up pretty bad here. Just by coming in and adding these, you know, these highlights. I'm gonna mess things up pretty bad. Just like so. There you go. That's it. Now on this side I'm gonna come in like so. You know what? No. I'm gonna keep it this way. Just with the inside down. There we go. It's too pretty to mess this up, guys. Come on, let's be totally honest. There we go. If I scroll up here, let's no, I'm bad at shadows. Too bad at shadows to do this, probably. To give it justice that it needs. Like, I'm pretty happy with what it became already. So should I mess with it some more? Maybe just a bit more. Maybe you guys, you know me. Maybe just a silly bit more. Like, I don't like that I'm getting the marbled effect, and then all of a sudden I'm getting these puffies. That's what I determined to call them from now, puffies. Okay, having this effect going here. There we go. There, and then let's take that color, this one, just a bit darker, still a bit darker. I don't know anymore what I'm taking on what I'm doing. Can't even see it anymore. That's how bad things are. Let's zoom out. Oh, you know, when you messed it up, if you have to press a bunch of Ctrl Z's in order to see the lightest thing happening. Let's see, sparkles, it's gonna be stamps, I don't know, stamps. With a dry bristle, let's pick that color. That one, brush eyes, I'll pick it up a good much. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, you know how they always do those fancy lightning effects and paintings and stuff? That's what I'm trying to achieve. I think if I go very light here, I don't go over the ring too much. I want to cover the ring, I just want to follow this bit up. There we go. Just like so. And then go here like so. Oh, that would have been better. Wait. Just you wait, guys. Just you wait and see. I am deleting those rings, am I? Those little Easter eggs that I hidden in here. I think I'm deleting those. They are still there. Are the other ones still dotted around? Yeah, the other ones still are dotted around. That's good. It's all about those Easter eggs, guys. Come on, it's just been Easter and we're hiding eggs for next year. Let's see. I do have a smudge of yellow there, so I think that was my save point. Now I'm talking about save points and whatever, like, you know, that a thing. I don't know. Let's see. I should add some like more yellow effect in here. You know what? Maybe just on that side. I'm thinking of anywhere. No. No, 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 no. I'm gonna just to smudge of the outside. I'm gonna leave the inside as is. Don't press too much, Control Z. We don't want to lose anything. There we go. I just had a glimpse of light right here. I think that's where the light probably will shine through. Because it's not a cylinder that goes like this way. It is a sphere that is like a round tube that is going this way. So, and I need to be very careful with the sliding detail here. So I do want to cover the inside just a bit, but I don't want to create the illusion, the fake illusion that is, that we are looking at from this perspective. We need to keep the illusion alive that this, like basically, this is the point we're looking at, and that the sun is coming from straight through the circle. So if that's the case, then it would hit about here and here, but because 3D objects, we're only going with half of it, so about there. Yeah, I'm close enough to keep it. Maybe I don't want to do that. I want to keep it like this. That's even better. There we go. I had it all along. What are you guys talking about? That I didn't know what I'm doing. Here we go. And then just at the fair illusion here that there's this ring hovering. But yeah, seeing that's the thing what I'm trying to avoid, to make it too dark. And I think I'm making it way too dark here, guys. I think I jinxed it. Yeah, I jinxed that. It's a great idea to do that, but I need to keep it very subtle, very light, and not to say one big strike. So let's try to add some shadow here, but not overdo it. Like that. That's enough. I think that's enough. That's pretty and enough. There we go. That's Sonic by the ocean, on the verge of that. Because I feel if you're coming up this hill and you're running through this circle, you're gonna fall and then you die. I don't know what it was. Silliness, my friends, is what it's called. Silliness. I'm calling silly shenanigans. Yes, that's what I'm doing. There we go, and that's touch-up work that I should have done at the beginning, but hey, here we are in my little friend sounds. My itty bitty loves. Waterfall effect. Ah, that's what I should have. There we go. Okay, then some little scribble lines here and there. Wait, then I need those big splashes. I need to cover them up with a small thin line. There we go. Like right here. See? Just like that. Just let the waves exist. Just let the waves come out of the water. They're already there. They're just coming closer to the land. To the land where it is touched by the sea. And there we go. And this can even float in this direction. It's water. It goes where it wants. Right? Right. There we go. And then you just set it out like this. There we go. Hold some of those lines in here. Maybe lots. Let's get not too wild over there. I don't want to take away of my nice ring here. That should go away. So I'm just gonna top that out, and I'm gonna make you know what, there. There we go. It's more than enough touch-ups that I've done. Let's see, can we poke in the clouds a bit with this? Hey, maybe. You know, but then I should follow the our sun reference here. Just a little touch about this in the clouds. That's all that we need. Do we need this? No. Why I'm adding this? Because it's fun. You know what? Let's forgetting about light. You know what? Forget about it. Forget about those sky highlights. I was happy with what I had. I should keep what I had, and I shouldn't fiddle around with the air too much. Which is why I'm currently clicking and not using Ctrl-Z, just because I'm physically counting how many times I'm clicking, and even though I'm losing count, like, it's just to know that in increments of 3 or 4 I could have gotten back to the point where I deleted them. I think there should be another wave right here though, somewhere. Maybe like so. I'll do that. And then this. I'm not copying this from somewhere. Like it's just, I think this has been done before. Just the idea of Sonic on a cliff, with a big ring in front of him. I think I seen this image somewhere. I'm not too sure. Credits if you can find it though. But yeah, like that's pretty sure it's an original piece. But then again, like, you know, something in me saying like, nope, it ain't all that original. That's too much. Okay, yes, I do want to touch up this, but like this brown, no, that's too much. The brown is too much. And I'm never going to get that marble feeling in there. Maybe if I pick this brown, maybe this will suit it a bit better. You know. I don't want to keep the idea that it's still floating, so I'm just going to go with the shadow and the highlight. I'm not going to. It's a bad idea to leave this. But first of all, I'm gonna lose the translucent effect. And it's gonna look more like a stroke, not like an actual tube, you know. But yeah, I do love the translucent effect that we have going on there. I love the little shoesies. I love the effect that it's just Sonic like hiding there. And I love the effect where we came from. Like if this is my digital art right here, I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah, I said it. I'm pretty proud of myself. You guys can go and if you don't agree with me, but I'm very satisfied with myself with this. And like I said, all in one layer. Basically, if I hide this layer, there's just some highlights on this one. So I did it. I made a highlight layer. Yay! I'm pretty sure the clouds, the waves of the sea are in this one as well. Okay, see, you can see them here. But if I show this, you can vaguely see them, but they're there. Okay, so let's bring that back. Let's put in the background. Let's smush it all together and let's call it une pluie de résistant. If I can, if I'm allowed to, because we're at 2-hour mark. Make it flat. There we go. Then gonna do this. Save it as save. The TPE Sonic on a sea view. There we go. Basically Sonic on the verge of that, but oh well, I didn't want to include that. It's a pretty bright painting. I'm pretty glad with how it turned out. In the end, you know, I'm pretty glad with the effect that the ring has. I'm pretty happy with the way the rock has shaped. Like when I started to laying down the greens in there, I was very scared because, you know, we lost the beautiful rock that we made. But in the end, it turned out all good. Like starting with a rough sky, I was like, what are we going to make? What are we going to do? Leaving the white spot at the beginning. I almost went in and covered the entire thing with blue. I'm glad I didn't. And yeah, that's. I don't know how the colors are going to shine for you guys. I'm just now. I'm happy to see them shine right before me. I thank you for watching. Links in the descriptions below, because many of us are gamers, many of us share the love, and why not spread some art? Some art amongst the cultures among us. Well, see you guys. Thank you all for watching. I really enjoyed painting this, and I hope to do more in the future. If you are excited for that, don't forget to click the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell, because it's really helpful to let you guys know when videos pop up and live streams go on. So yeah, see you later. Bye.